What poor man's intrigue ultimately boils down to is you're using the word this to provide all of the curiosity.
If you find yourself writing, this capital letters with a few weak words on it, there's better things to say, right? Like you wouldn't say this strategy could make you rich. That would be poor man's intrigue. You be more specific about it, right? Like so, the visual options thing can deliver results.
Right. So let's go to like the gimmick thing, because that's kind of like a big one.
Exactly.
So
how this could hand you.
Yes. Yeah. So that's where poor man's intrigue. So it's easy. So it's all right. It's difficult for folks to recognize poor man's intrigue, because when it's not being done, you don't know how to say, oh, that would be poor man's intrigue. When it is being done, you can't really tell the difference if you're new to this. But yeah, so how green zone assets is automatically more specific than how these assets, right? How this asset can hand you. There's nothing gripping or intriguing about that. Option traders use this for 100% returns.
Yeah.
109% gains thanks to this. People do that all the time. They think the numbers and the word this. What poor man's intrigue ultimately boils down to is you're using the word this to provide all of the curiosity. And you think, well, I put 2,500% profits and I put 100% returns and I put 109% gains. And I said how this asset can hand you 25,000. And I said option traders use this for 100% and 109% gains thanks to this. That's poor man's intrigue, because it doesn't actually give me what's a green zone asset. That's a question I have to ask now, because there's some sort of concrete word play there that makes me go, what black book? What is a shadow blitz? I have to ask that question. That's actual intrigue. That's real intrigue. The word this is not intriguing on its own, okay? It was also in curiosity, it was apparent too. So the next slide down is curiosity. Funny enough, we're talking about poor man's intrigue, which intrigue and curiosity are basically synonyms. How I'll make 250% during this crisis. You could have gone a step further, but let's look at that one could have been like this currency crisis, this, this inflation crisis. You could have done something to give it a little bit more. The next one though, this magic metal. Well, it forces the question, this what? What's a magic metal? This low-hanging fruit, $11 stock. I like that. Because, I didn't know that an $11 stock was necessarily low-hanging fruit. What makes it low-hanging fruit? The word this still is surrounded by a type of intriguing element that makes me go, what low-hanging fruit? Why is it low-hanging fruit? Is it on sale? Has it had a recent drop in price? Is it just overlooked? Is it something that nobody knows about yet? This is the difference in poor man's intrigue whenever you're just like saying this versus saying magic metal, low-hanging fruit, shadow blitz, black book, green assets. Those little things, those little quirks undo poor man's intrigue and actually make it something compelling, because it makes the reader ask, what is that? And that's important for you guys, because you'll look at these angles and these things that Rodney is doing. And then, because I've been a copy chief, probably 100 different copywriters by now. And I have had them, see something like this or take instruction from me. And I'll say, go do this. And they'll go do it. And they'll come back to me. And I'll say, this is crap. And they'll say, but I did what you said. So you'll end up in the same position where you'll see, I wrote a curiosity thing. It's like, no, you didn't. There's nothing curious about this. It sucks. Poor man's intrigue, right? And they're like, but I did what you said. No, you didn't. You did it wrong. And that's a circular, frustrating back and forth that a chief and a copywriter deal with. And I've seen it enough now that I can point it out and tell you, what what's the word? The problem is there.
It's the circle of life. When I first learned about poor man's intrigue, I was like, okay, I need to watch out for the word this. So I tried to write copy without ever saying the word this, because I was afraid it would be poor man's intrigue. As your understanding grows for it, and like how to execute it the right and the wrong way, I no longer would like that. But even if I had the word this anywhere in any line, I was like, oh shoot. So I had to battle back. But typically you can, because it has nothing to hang on, right? And a lot of times people will capitalize it. So anyways, I think that's a great point and a great lesson, just being more specific.